To pipe a reverse shell, I'm going to use a tip number 21 and I'm going to hold it at a 45-degree angle to the surface. It's kind of like piping a regular shell. You're going to let the icing build up in front of the tip, and then instead of gently releasing pressure as you pull the tip away, you're going to lift the tip up and over the top of the shell, kind of like you did with the rosette, and then gently release pressure as you pull the tip away. And if you want to do a row of reverse shells, this makes a very pretty scroll type border on cakes. You just alternate the direction that you turn the bag. Here's a slightly different angle. You see I kind of let the icing build up, and then instead of pulling my tip straight back like I would a regular shell, I lift it up and over the top of the shell, a little bit like with the rosette, kind of like a cross between a shell and a rosette. And then for the reverse shell, you're just going to alternate which direction you pull the tip up and over the shell. These do take a little bit of practice, so don't get discouraged if it takes you a little while to get the motion down. But once you get pretty proficient at making these, you can actually make them pretty quickly, and they're a great decorative and elegant border. You can use a round tip when you make these, and they're a lot more dainty. To do the rope, you're going to start off with kind of a sideways S shape, and then you want to tuck the tip of your tip number 21 into that sort of crook there, and then you're lifting the tip up and over each section of icing, so you're over piping slightly. Here you go again. You're just going to start off with the shallow sideways S, and then you're going to pipe the rope, you're going to tuck your tip into that crook there and then over pipe the tail from the preceding segment. And that way, when you get towards the end and you look at it head on, it looks like a rope. Here's a slightly different angle, more of an aerial view. You see it's just a little sideways S, that's how you start it off. And then the trick is to remember to tuck that tip into the crook there and lift it up and over the tail of the preceding S shape. And that's what gives you that dimension, and it makes it look more like a rope.